Wow! Next month frequency will be inundate. Inundate everything, just everything. And I mean, to really become authentic, be yourselves, and not have any more hassle with anything from the past, including relationships, jobs, money issues, and so forth. It's to inundate, and the best way to get that through is through a crystal light grid, and this time around it's turquoise. The turquoise grid will inundate anything because it wides opposite the anything that is dual consciousness. Anything in duality, it will wide opposite. So it's extremely strong. It's not like in the old ages, like if you wear turquoise, that of course it will eliminate a lot of density. Your turquoise gemstone will break down and just break off maybe in a week's time already. But then again, do not forget, there is light beams as a turquoise light beam by the blue. I mean, there's 22 light beams all across the globe that need to be loaded and anchored. And so if you align to a turquoise that comes from Tibet, or that comes from Australia, or that comes from Arizona, or that comes from Tunisia, they all have a different frequency and a different jobs in the body, a different job. Meaning they have different information loaded, of course, from the area they have been born on and have been growing and loading their light frequency with their source in order for you to tap into that. How beautiful can it get, really? I mean, so much help is being offered from all of the elements. And but let's keep it to the turquoise grid. And anyone starting out with anything turquoise, please let it be from the area of Arizona. Because the turquoise coming from Arizona is really there to assist you to upgrade, upload, and eliminate all the density that is in your high heart, or the new heart for humanity, your thymus gland, and the immune system, of course. And so the first work orders come through that, of course. After that, there is the turquoise. One of the best one, the most beautiful ones I find for myself, is that one that grows in Australia. It's an extreme clear turquoise, and assists you with any backhead problems. And why is that? Because there is a grid that is geared toward getting codes and symbolism for this time. And so here, July, August, in order to getting into completion before September, is really getting your own codes and not the old things, you know, getting the new things in. And when you load a crystalline grid like the turquoise one in your home base, crystalline grid that overrides any and all density, you shouldn't have any problem to move with any shifts, because nobody can really prepare for any shift coming through, because there is so much information coming down from the universe, and most of all, there is so much disrespect for it, like the ego getting in the way, like I'm having headaches, I'm having back pain problems, I'm having I, yet not taking responsibility. How come you still have all of these problems? Taking responsibility and clearing them out like a healer really does, and everybody has the capabilities to do so, if moving beyond anything that is a highest level of chi consciousness, and that is supreme light, eternal, and anchoring that through your body, through the fingers, the high heart, the head centers, and especially your feet, of course, because it's through your feet that you get a new evolutionary tracking system, and that is going to really assist you and get you over the rainbow bridge, so to speak, which is going to be beautiful. And because from there on and moving into a sixth dimension shouldn't be any problem if you have the technology, of course, or if you can connect direct to your source and download your own technology coming down. And that is so beautiful, because the key codes grid, as pertains to the turquoise color, everybody will get, when attuned to it, their own element to really integrate in the body. And that is with the working mechanisms of the elemental of your body, elementals of your body, and speaking to them in like not going backwards in the old brain, you know, like I can't do that, I don't know how to do that, and all these types of consciousness that holds a lot of duality actually, or negativity, however you wish to put that. And so there is a big contention coming down where everybody is gonna get the golden opportunities to step out of the old lifestyles, the old mentality, that old brain that keeps on winding circles and keeps you drowning in the old emotions, actually. So getting out of the emotional body, just throwing it away, and opening up higher sensitivity here is really at stake for the coming months, and getting sensitive into the observation deck. Of course, the observation deck goes along with a six-dimensional body and gridding, so nothing can hit you any longer. And it comes to truth tones of the magic of Merlin, and nothing of the old works with that. Nothing of the old information, like in books, like on the internet, because we have all been mistaken on that. And so it takes really a six-dimensional vibration to get your, or frequency, to get your vibration up to that frequency. I'm sorry for that. And once you get there, you will feel that's easy, doable for everybody, really. Don't put yourself on a lower position or a higher position. Like, I'm not any better than you are, really. I work hard, and that's what it is. That's all I do, because it's my passion. You may work even harder than I do, or you may work less. It doesn't matter, as long as you work and you connect with all universes, with what is happening on Earth. You shouldn't have any problem with your direct connection, like going through shifts, coming to an everyday level. And please, there is one thing my source gave me this morning when I went, so I always get my information when I went, because we need a circulation system, but you know, as always, I also get a lot through my meditational deck of cards, if you wish. And that is that everybody is being asked to really leave and release the old hairstyle, the old body style, the old measurements, in the way you speak to people, in the way you address yourself, in the way you address your family, in the way you address people, acquaintances, friendships, and everything. And that comes through releasing all levels of fear. And the highest level of fear comes always down of being afraid to being judged and people having an opinion on you. But then again, ask yourself that question, what the hell? What the hell, mate? I mean, there was millions and billions of people out there on the planet whom you can connect to, especially with the social media. And so it's only, you know, a choice and a choice. And again, a choice to make to really inundate anything the old brain comes up with, to hold you in these lower senses. And when you make that decision to no longer adapt yourself to what is being required of you, yet step into your direct alignment with your source, with universes, with light beings that are on earth right now, like the Ascended Masters, and connecting with them straight away, just like having a cup of coffee with them, because they will. That will get you out of any and all trouble. Because what is happening now is quite interesting. So as I have explained in my past monthly upgrades or frequency or key codes, is that what is happening is that the light earth grids are moving out the electromagnetic system. So all of duality, the monsters of duality. And so if we have a lot of duality in self that is being confronted on every level, and there is no escape any longer, because it has been set up for you to clarify and to move from descension into ascension and up and down, and knowing how to move through dimensions. It's not too difficult to get there. All you need is your will to invest in yourself to get there and have that commitment. Or have the commitment to really drown in duality, which takes as much work. It's a lot of responsibility, but it can be done quite easy and in exactitude these days, so we don't have to work years and years and years to really get there, because the initial work, everything that needed to be done and that needed to go into the repair system, has been done by those who are persevering enough, by those who have loads of discipline, and those who knew there was nothing else but their source and sources beyond sources to connect with, in order to ride their skateboard to any universe and to ride beyond and to connect with the exactitude of technicality it takes, which is really simple and shouldn't be difficult. If you don't understand physics or science, there's no need to understand it. There's a need to get into your own individual design system. And once you get there, you get designs on an everyday level, really. And these designs are coming up to a level that upgrades your vibration to a next frequency you can handle and you can understand, in order to completely inundate all of that old consciousness that is still breaking you down. So I'm happy as well to hear those who worked a lot with the grids and made it into that egoless consciousness, although it is still sometimes trampoline, of course. It's not easy, but once you can put walls in like, you know, just having a cup of coffee with the universe, nobody can hit you any longer. And certainly not politics or economics. Because if these things are still making you sad or angry or getting emotional about it, then what is the word or the value you're putting into it? It comes down to zero. But if you're in a serene consciousness and you get into the observation deck, what is happening, and you have the technology of not liking the things, of course, but not having an opinion anymore, not judging anymore. Yet, from not liking, getting into direct connect with your source, with universes, with lightworks, with, I mean, there's armies of light to really assist you. And say from here on, I have had enough of duality. I want to work for unity consciousness, which is coming true anyways, if you want it or not. Then your consciousness shifts in a plane of existence that is six-dimensional. And so here the change comes, like if you are passionate about what, for example, is happening in politics, and that is not a pretty design, right? Then what is your input there? What can you do through the grids? What can you do through the knowledge that comes through your own observation deck with spirit? Spirit in the body and in the grids will assist you 100% 24/7, but if you don't have that in the body, so where will come, how would you be able to download your own information? It needs to be inspirited, right? You need to have the inspiration. And so through the month of June, we have been moving through a lot, like many lost and really like completely empty. And I mean, that's good as well at times, you know. It needs to be as it is, and just trusting the universe and speaking to the universes assists a lot. So when you get in that format of serenity and know how to do it, there is a lot on it, you will know that something is moving through, like unity consciousness, that eliminates anything that was opportunistic input and the falsehood, the manipulation, the control, all these type of things, you know. And it will take some time, but I think a lot is going to happen from now till December. And a lot of enterprises will feel it. And a lot of people will have the knowledge of how to walk the golden road into this new golden age. And if you don't have the knowledge, align to the golden universe. I mean, there is easy stuff you can do. The only thing that needs to be eliminated is really your fear and your unworthiness, thinking somebody else knows better than you. That is a high level unworthiness. I myself have been struggling with that with this for 20 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Always cutting myself down and down and down and down. And here I say, okay. And the best news of all is that finally the old guru syndrome of or people following so-called leaders in light, I mean, there is no leader, there is just, you know, connection upon connection about unifying and unifying. And when people keep on following people in order to upgrade their own consciousness, that will break down into duality again. Because we don't have to go to anybody else, certainly not some kind of a god, some kind of a guru, some kind of a spiritual leader to get really out of dual consciousness. That is absurd. And that is what held people really captive for such a long time, especially the past 5 years. And so there was a lot going on social media, like we don't trust anything, we have been in the deceit roads, you know, and all those things. But I'm not here to settling that for others. I mean, I kept my mind shut for 20 years. And so it's about time I came out, right? And most who listen to me are ready for truth. If you're not ready for truth, I do know you can't listen to me. That's simple. I mean, don't make it more complicated. If you don't want it, then you don't want it. I mean, that's your choice, and that's being respected as well. So respect, integrity, humility, That's the only golden road to take, and quite hard to take, but we can learn every day, right? We have to learn every day, otherwise your life gets boring. And we all will move out of the well-known mundane consciousness. And it's already happening that people's brain shifts like magic. For those in that consciousness of innocence, you know, ignorance. But ignorance is no bliss any longer. Like, we all have to step up, take responsibility, unify on a very high level, really unify. And that means we get compassion about everything, yet we don't go down into charity consciousness. We all work hard to get into something we like, hardcore, really, or passion. And so this needs to be equalized out as well. But unity consciousness means we are here to give a lot more volunteering work, as I do. I didn't do it in the past, but here my heart beats for youth, for children. I have no connection, but yet, you know, I see how they get manipulated and controlled and anything. So I volunteer in schools to give them counseling, to open up their brains and to speak out loud, because, you know, young people don't know how to communicate well. We all have to learn that and can learn it, as long as the vocal cords are open up to maximum potential. And so nothing keeps you really stuck in your lighter brain. And a light brain is different from a earth brain in that it has opened up many glands that were not there when we were born on earth. I and many other people who did my seminar experienced it because they were open through the seminars. And it was pretty much surprising to me because, you know, when speaking out in public, there is always a level of fear. And if it's not fear, there is a level of controlling self, so you keep yourself safe. And that as well is going to be eliminated. People are going to be exposed, which is good. So a lot of that old spiritual movement, getting people in a nowhere land and in their fairy, is going to move out. I'm very glad about that. And so if you do anything to upgrade your consciousness, your light within, anything that is out there in the big universe, and you willing to learn about it, it should at least change your consciousness 360 degrees over 3, 5, or 7 days. If not, what's the use of aligning or investing in anything if you don't have the change in consciousness, right? And so that is what the old spiritual movement did. I mean, go on YouTube. There's plenty of videos free you can do. I haven't seen one that got me interested, let alone listening to it for half an hour or an hour and getting in a nowhere land. And the same goes on with sound. If you're, for example, very much attuned to the music industry. I like that. I don't have that. But can't have everything, right? I like people who are much attuned to music and know what vibes they need. So I need to download. I get my musical vibrations through when aligning, through the musical chords, the golden chords, but also through new musical maps being downloaded, and that takes a lot of meditation. But those who, let's say, can shift their musical list every 3 months and know what they need, they can move very fast really very fast. And that goes not in the airy-fairy music tales. That goes from rock and roll, really, to street music, and hip-hop especially. Because what does hip-hop mean? Hip means intelligence, and hop means movement. So hip-hop means intelligent movements. And I had my biggest shift from listening to these guys, and especially knowing where it's anchored. And that is anchored through a beam of light that comes through Lake St. Clair and the Burgundy Way, for those interested. Enjoy. So here I would really like to stimulate those who are extremely tuned to music and knowing what kind of albums they need to put in their vibration and match that up to a newer frequency. I mean, all you need to do is invite and question. Question how you can load it down and anything, you know. I wish I was there. I do know there is a grid that is called or termed the Valley of Light Tones and Instant Manifestations, but I didn't tap into it yet. So I can see it, I can feel the vibration through my feet like a big wave, and also golden links coming down. Golden links are like extreme fine filaments that come through the underground. So anybody who doesn't know what to do, please connect to the underground tracks and the golden links. Anyone can do it. Don't put yourself down like I don't know anything about light and all these things. Like, your brain knows. It's only a new attunement, an attunement to your authentic self. That's quite something, right? That self, that body, that brain that works in multiple ways. So I would suggest here, please have some fun with yourself and let that old consciousness go, because, you know, it's only hardship. And once you allow and accept fun and becoming the creator self, there's no stopping you. Everything has been set into precision in the universe. It's up to you, you know, to load these golden coins in the body through the filaments of your body. Even those connected maybe to acupuncture, those things are really loading hard these times, and is a good way to make your first definite connection to universal consciousness, to crystalline grids. Should you want that, and should you definitely want to finally understand that soul is ego. Beyond that, there is spirit consciousness. So, and another happy thing to announce maybe is what is coming true, is that through the unifying fields, so the turquoise grid and also aquamarine, is that a lot has been inundated through relationships, meaning those people who do not really belong together as in an eternal mate space are leaving each other's space and choosing something new, something better. And so what happens is that a lot of eternal mates are getting into that space of freedom, where those who've been waiting for their eternal mate will have an easier time to connect with them. That is wonderful, right? Because we all want to be happy, we all have that missing component. But not everybody wants to really get into a relationship immediately. But then again, don't be surprised. It may happen just over time, and it just may attune to your lifestyle as such a beautiful, passionate and clear, abundant and joyful way, really. We have forgotten to really think about that possibility. So one advice is get into the observation deck, leave that old fucking brain behind and get into your joy, really, inundate. Loads of success to all of you, loads of joy, magic, abundance, and if anything should happen and you would like some more counseling, support, or opening these golden pathways for you and seeing where your brain is at and inundating these things and having trouble of doing it alone, there's always my private sessions, should you have interest, being done over Skype or on the phone for free, as I can call for free here. And that may open a lot of insight and really a golden road to, to stick to it and open your own space, your own beautiful golden space. Enjoy. Okay, talk to you soon. Keep safe, alright?